Hello and welcome back to my adventure riding the entire world by motorcycle. And right now we're by Lake Garda, and my plan is to hopefully today to get into Austria. That's kind of a big deal if I can make it happen, and that means we've ticked off another country. But by the end of this series, I'm hoping to be chilling out, if I can do it in time, enjoying a barbecue in the Czech Republic, where my awesome Ashworth overlanding country-sucking beast is going to be stored. But today, it's going to be a heck of an adventure. But I already started with a little problem. So moving the footage across last night, when I was extremely tired, I noticed that my helmet has got no audio because my microphone, there's normally a little adapter just here that will go across and go into the back of my GoPro. Well, that's missing. So I plugged that directly in yesterday and had no audio whatsoever. So somewhere along the way, I've managed to lose my adapter, which actually means less yabbering as I'm going down the road. Well, actually going back to more old school style and actually shouting at the camera if I want to talk to you, if that's possible, why I sort of ride and stop and start. But we'll see how that pans out, because at the end of the day, getting off the bike is plentiful enough with all these amazing things. It's just going to make a little bit difference. And the one thing about traveling the world is that things do break and get lost and go wrong, etc. And you improvise. And I'll get another new microphone and new adapter for the next leg. So we're going to have some more fun today, trying to capture some awesomeness while doing some shouting. But we'll get off and we'll make it epic. Anyway, I'm going to load up and pack up and organise all of my rubbish that's everywhere so we can get out on the road. Well, here we go, and I can only but hope that you're getting the audio because it's coming straight out the GoPro media mic. So when we're riding, that's going to be nil. But anyway, we are just here, Lake Garda. All I've done is put in the Czech Republic, the village of where the bike is going to go and stay at the end of this, sort of via Austria. So we want to get sort of around here by the end of today. That is kind of my plan, but we'll just see how things go, because as you can see, we've got Lake Garda right in front of us that is stunning. So every stunning thing I see, I'm going to stop. Ashworth is looking mighty as always this morning. Oil's checked, topped up again, and I need to open these panniers still because they are so full of moisture and still wet, but I've dried out all of the main stuff overnight as well on it. So if we get a spot in the sun to chill, panniers are going to be left open. Shall we then get out of this like towny bit where you can only ride up to midday and then you're not allowed? Oh, and also it cost me €20 to park in here. I got billed this morning. Anyway, let's go.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go
Well, I thought it would be a little bit crazy if we didn't just stop one last time next to the lake, because when we got here last night it was pitch black. So you can see how beautiful and clear and blue that water is. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Now, as you saw exiting that town, it's a little bit crazy. Ashworth is just parked there, and we're going to go through the gate and we're going to hit the road in just a second. But you can see why so many people flock here and chill with a nice coffee and enjoy it. But of course, when you're an adventurer, you haven't got time to mess around. You've got to hit the road. You've got kilometres to do. But yeah, that is, look, just crystal, sort of this, well, I say crystal clear it is. You can see the bottom, but the blue is just, the aqua is just amazing. Right then, so with that lake done, and at least seen quickly for a second time, let's fire past Ashworth, let's get through the barrier, and let's get some kilometres and see what we find today. I've had to stop again. Yeah, it's next to the busy road, but look how close I've got the bike to actually Lake Garda. Just look. Just look. Oh, and there is loads of little lizards running around all over the rocks down there, but there you go. Look at that. How cool. Look, lizards. Ugh. But there is loads of them in between the rocks down there, and I'm not scared. I'm not, but they do make me go woo, because when you don't expect it, you step there, and you see a load of little things moving. It makes you jump. That's all I'm trying to say. Not scared at all. Look at Ashworth, beautiful, 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 with a beautiful view behind us, with the mountain tops as well. Anyway, should I? I definitely should start doing some kilometres, because if I keep stopping every 5 seconds, this might be a long day. We've got in front of us already the sight of mountains. And mountains make me smile. Look at this. Up there, look. Full mountain range. Oh yeah. Look. Beautiful. Well, we've done not a massive amount, about, I don't know, 30 kilometres say. And what we've sort of come off of this sort of main stretch, which has been quite busy. And we've literally gone what makes me very, very happy. Look, mountains, and mountains in front of us. Now we're on a road called the SS12, like the Secret Service 12, and I had to pull over because we've started following this. Look at this unbelievable lake, and like I said, sort of in between two mountains. It is unreal. It's so picturesque, and the road's not too bad. It's got some trucks and some cars, etc. going, but it was just next to this huge, massive, fast-moving river. Look. So we've swept down and we're just following this beautiful river, and I think we're going to follow it for some time, but it is quite picturesque, and it is definitely something to stop and just take a moment at. So we're going to continue on. Over there
probably can't see it, but there's some peaky mountains with a little bit of snow on. So we're going to continue following this road along there, get a load of kilometres out of the way, then maybe even head up one of the tracks and see where the mountain goes and where the roads take us. But cyclists gone flying past a second ago. This is clearly a fast road for a bit of cycling and a bit of leotard lovers as well. I can understand leotard lovers, you know, at least they're here and not on the road getting in my way. What's the most important thing in the world? But yeah, just for a second off the bike with a picturesque place, eh? Another one. Italy just gives you that like sexy gorgeousness. The whole country is just mwah, ciao bella. Right, more kilometres, see what we can find next. Just before I do jump on the road, what I remember so the rear pads have been changed, and I think the disc might be slightly warped, or there's a bit of grit, because I'm getting a little bit of like woo 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 as I'm going down the road. So as this bike is very much looked after by Midnight Autos in Weston-super-Mare, Lee keeps talking about coming out and bringing an entire selection of parts and basically rebuilding this bike again. So I need to add on some discs, just so you're writing down these lists, Lee, all these lists of little things. The other thing of it is, the filter that I put on is still staying on, so that's 11 out of 10 job, because I was concerned in my head that might just come off because it's not got much of a rubber bit on there, just to add into my skills. And the other side of it is, because I replaced that spark plug, I need to keep reminding myself I need to pick up another spark plug as well, but she's starting and running like a dream.
Gonna cry when you're gone.
Well, for a few kilometres I'm riding past what I think might be olive trees, but it's just miles and miles, or kilometres if you're from Europe, of these. This is very industrial, and you've got kind of like this plant thing going on here. Ignore that and look at this, but I don't know if they're olive trees or not. I'm guessing so, because they just go on forever and ever. But the tarmac, oh, like, there's a few cars, don't get me wrong, and there's a few trucks, but generally the tarmac is amazing. And being on obviously Ashworth, I'm zipping along and enjoying it. No potholes, no having to avoid, you know, massive craters like we've currently got going on in the UK. Just beautiful, beautiful tarmac. Check this out.
Lost in the woods, on the dust, and the fairies found me. And they led the way, they cleared the way to my heart. All the hurt, all the pain under the skin, I had fainted. They carried me, they cleared the way to my heart. Thank you to magic for rescuing me. Thank you to summer for fairies. Blowing glitter in the wind. smoother than the sight of a new wet bride. Oh, thank you to magic for rescuing me. Thank you to summer for fairies.
See what I mean? The roads are just mwah, ciao bella. I'm still thinking what these like tree things are here. See what you think. So what do you reckon these are? This is the route that comes up all the way up here, and then I don't know. Is it olives? Someone's going to know, and they're going to go, oh, it's da 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 in the comments. Tell me what these are. I'm just intrigued because it's not like a few miles. It's like ridiculous. Whatever this place region is, this is what they make. I reckon it's olive oil. I'm going to put my money there. I reckon olive oil, but just how absolutely epic is this? And these just go on and on and on for miles. So I'm still on the SS12, and where I've stopped is right next to this old church, and I'm not sure if it's open or not open, as in if it's still open and in use, or if it's just here more as a, I don't know, like a piece of time trapped. So I'll see what I can see. So we've got the plaque just here, and that's metal plaque. Oh, you can feel all the little bits underneath your finger. If you were, it's not braille, but you know what I'm trying to say. And then you've got these luscious steps up to it. I mean, it's chained, so we can't get in at all. Look at this massive old gate. I would put money that is 100% not in use. But you could imagine, couldn't you? The monks of the area are all gathering here to go to worship there. And I mean, I don't have a clue how old this is. It's got to be what? I don't know. Let's go for 1,000 years old. But just literally the side road, and you get little churches like this, and it's still got the little bell on the top. I don't think we'll be able to see it. It's still got the bell, still in situ. It's probably all been condemned. Let's see if I can get you a better shot. So if we take a stroll up here to it, and I'll show you what I can show you. But yeah, you're not going to be able to see well. But up there, right up there, is the old bell. So as you're coming down the road, you can see it. But just, I mean, that is a lot more modern than obviously that is. A lot more. I mean, it's still cared for. Massively cared for, and then this may be to do with the age. These are all plaqued trees as well. But yeah, there's no other. Look, there's one of those. What are they called? Geckos. That's what it's going to be called now. Wow. Just wow. Yeah, this has not been used in many, many years. Definitely not. An old doorway here. Obviously sealed from the inside. Oh, the wood is so old. I'd love to get inside there. Absolutely love to. And then see what I was saying about these trees going on for kilometres as far as the eye can see. It just goes on and round and round and round. I mean, maybe this church is opened up at certain times here because the trees and the walls and the building looks really well kept. But I don't know, I don't think it is in use, and not for a while. Not because of the overgrown grass and the state of the dryness of the wood and the entrance. Just, it's amazing, isn't it? The things you just discover riding along. But yeah, wow, impressive stuff. Right, back on Ashworth. Let's find what other crazy stuff that we can find on the road. But I love exploring. I love the craziness of it, and just stopping at what you see, taking it in. Right, back on the awesome tarmac, back on the road until we find something else spectacular. Well, I kind of got myself in the zone and I've just hammered down, I don't know, 100 and I don't know what kilometres. And I kept saying to myself, I'm going to stop at like a pizzeria place, get a non-alcoholic beer and pizza and relax. And I did pass a few, but I was like, vroom, past them, and I was like going, I don't want to turn around and go back to it. So I've not stopped for absolutely blinking ages, and I don't think we're hugely far away from Austria. I need to have a better look at than that, but I think potentially we could make it to Austria today or stay the Italian side. But I'll be honest, I'm just, it kind of got to me then a little bit. I was like, I've pushed it a little bit too much without stopping for a break or having some water or something. But you do find some random places. I mean, behind me there's like an old kind of tunnel that's I've just gone through a load of massive tunnels. So this isn't poo I'm standing on, but Ming. Yeah, that's, oh, that was something in the bush. Wow, look at this. I think, oh, there's loads of things moving. I think, right, and I could be massively wrong. No, it might have been a road. I don't know if this was a train. Then again, it's very curvy, isn't it, for a train? There's this tunnel, then by the looks of it, there's another tunnel, and a lot of, a lot of wasted spray paint. Oh, yeah, it's definitely bizarre. I tell you, interestingly, when you get yourself in the zone when you're riding, and you sort of just, your brain starts thinking, and when you're by yourself and you just, as you think about all the weird and wonderful things of life and stuff going on. I mean, I must have planned my Helmet Head cafe and studio in my head 100 million times and having Ashworth on a plinth at some point. But yeah, I mean, went through a couple of little cities and a couple of little towns as well, but it's weird. So there is a loneliness factor of being by yourself, where, because again you think, oh, I can't be bothered to stop, I'm just going to keep going and keep going. You think, oh, I should have stopped, but then you go, I'm going to sit down and eat pizza and look at my phone, I may as well be on the road. But I must admit, I could do with some food now. Not eating's not a really good idea, is it? So I must stop. But what I'm going to do, there's about 33 kilometres until I get to what's the waypoint on the map that I don't think is anything there. But at that point, I can make I've got a cough as well. I can make a decision how much more I'm going to push it. I think it's about, I don't know, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, so I need to be a little bit careful. But I've literally just drained a tank, just whacking down kilometres. Then we'll come up with a decision, something, you know, some kind of plan basically, and if not, I'll look for a hotel somewhere that looks absolutely crazy. We'll think of something, absolutely think of something. Ashworth is still looking good though, isn't it? Still looking good. Well, I've actually found a place on the side of the road to get a non-alcoholic beer. I just didn't go very far again, and I was like, do you know what, I'm going to stop for a second. I saw it, I've made myself stop, and I'm going to enjoy this. The view, well, it's kind of alright. It's a twisty bend, so you might get a few bikes. And going to give me a bit of a chance to look from a phone and try to figure out where I'm going to go next, and potentially look at finding a hotel somewhere. But I don't think we're far from Austria, and I think this is very mountainy, because these kind of places are normally where they're skiing or something going on. But I get to enjoy beer, stare at the view, check out where I'm going to go next, and relax. Now, I don't seem to do this very often anymore. Oh, that is perfect. Right, let me have a look, see if I can find us something either to stay or have a better idea of where I want to head to next.
Suddenly, the world I used to know, I see it
Well, I've enjoyed my beer, spent a bit of time looking for a hotel, and it was actually harder work than I thought. But I've managed, I think I've booked a hotel in Austria. I think it's 100 kilometers away. I was sitting there in the blistering heat straight on me, so if I look like a rhubarb, it's because I was sitting there going, I'm getting hotter and hotter and hotter. But no food and beer, I'm sure, is all good for the system. I mean, a non-alcoholic beer. Anyway, I'm going to get back on Ashworth, 100 kilometers to the hotel. I hope I've got this right, because I so want to be in Austria. I think I crossed at least a border into something. Let's go and let's go and find out. Well, I've instantly started climbing quite rapidly, and look how amazing that looks. I'm getting a bit chilly. I'm only in a t-shirt and my mesh jacket because it's been roasting. The sun is still out, but I'm going, I'm getting a bit cold, and because I had a beer, I had to stop and have a bit of a wee in a public toilet just there. So I'm going to stick my jumper on. I'll switch the camera on. I'm going to put a few clips and some music on so you can see what the bend's like, because I can't talk. It's hard to explain it as I'm going, but just look, that beautiful river behind me going along, and it's just, and over there the peak of the mountains and the snow. So a bit of music, a bit of recording. I'll try and catch some nice slow bends for you.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got.
I think the road's closed. Yeah, anyway.
Well, I've hit a little bit of a snag. Is the road that I'm using to go towards the hotel, it's about 60 odd kilometres still this way. Turns out it's closed, and I went past the barrier thinking, I'll just have a look, and I've come across this, and I was like, it's no problem, I don't mind a little bit of snow and a bit of a, do you know what I mean, a bit of a snow, I'll keep going, it'll be fine, it's not going to bother me. Well, just up there there's a man in a digger, and also a man that I think might be the police in a vehicle completely blocking the road, obviously working on stuff. And I reckon I could have kept going, but I'm like, before I get too close, because they did just stop and stare at me, I spun around to start heading back. Now the thing of it is, I have no idea if there's a route around at this point to get to where I want to get to, because look, it's just nothing but mountains, so I've got to try and figure it out. But hey, at least the plus side is that we've got some beautiful snow to put my foot on and look very sexy with for a second. Yeah, I need to figure this out. I'm just gutted that they were there, because I reckon I could have kept going. I mean, fair enough, there is some thickness, it's probably going to get really bad, because I think we're going up there, So I kind of get it, and you know, and all that, but just a shame they were there, weren't it? 'Cause it would have been nice to have sneaked on by. Anyway, I will make the executive decision of using Google Maps and trying to figure out some way around this to the hotel. If not, I'll figure something out. If I've got to get another hotel, I don't know. But yeah, what a shame. But what a view. So I'm right here at the minute, and that is the road I need to take all the way there. It's this here that looks amazing. Blocked. Is there a way to get... That's a long way round. A long way round. Well, I've looked and I've looked on the map. I can't see any other way other than going an hour back, and then there's another road that goes right round. So I'm gonna have to go an hour back, and I'm gonna have another look. But I don't know if I'm gonna make it to that hotel, and I've paid for it. So oops, this is not good. I need to figure something out. But I've got no choice. I've now got to go an hour back the way I just came. Poo bags. Screw it. Do you know what? I turned around just to have a cheeky look, and that vehicle's gone. I think it's gone further up that was blocking the road. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. Screw it. If I have to turn around and go back, I do, and I'll have to find a hotel somewhere else. But I can't see another way around. So I'm like, we're just going to keep going. Just going to keep going, see what happens. Right. This is well dodge. I'm going to put my winter gloves on because it is blinking cold. But we're going up and up and up there. So I don't know. Let's just see how this pans out. Oh, here we go. Well, going over the mountain didn't happen, and basically I was there were still workers, a load of vehicles, they're still working on it, and the snow was mental, and I had to turn around. So I've done about 80 kilometers round and down and around the mountain, backtracked pretty much most of the way, and now I've got onto this massive main road, and I've had to do this. It keeps trying to send me that route no matter what. So I'm going to quick look at my phone. So because I've come down and around, I'm now 89 kilometers. This is the first time I've put it in the sat nav. I've pulled over. It's actually taking me this way instead of back on myself again. So, oh my days, when I say my bum hurts, I've got a nun stuck to my bum, so I've got the numb bum. My hip's starting to hurt, but I'm determined. I'm going to get there late, like really late, and I think the sun's going to go down. but I'm determined to try and make it now. Well, I've got no choice at this point. So we should still get to Austria. We should, but can't believe that. And when I came down, I had to go all the way I came down, and then through this horrible city thing where it was like absolute chaos. Just chaos. Well, anyway, I'm going to try and get a load more kilometres done. I'm knackered.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Well, the plus side of it is, I can confirm I'm in Austria. I made it. And I knew because there was a little sign that said Austria in 1 kilometre, and then we're in this kind of almost like, it had like a warehouse style shops going on, some police, and then suddenly I was in Austria. The downside is that you might have seen on the ride over, it's pitch black. And I mean literally pitch black outside. The other side as well, because it's taken me so long to get here. They stopped serving food just over an hour ago. So the last time I ate was for breakfast this morning, so there's going to be no food. But the bar is open, so I can have a non-alcoholic beer. But to be fair, I'm just shattered anyway, just absolutely knackered. But we made it to Austria. I said I wanted to make it here. It may have been in the pitch black, and it may have been down some mountainy roads and a bit ropey, but we made it to Austria. So I've achieved my goal for today. We'll find out what tomorrow brings. I'm going to have a good look at the map. I'm going to try to stay in Austria and kind of go up and along a bit, I think, for tomorrow. But I don't know yet. I need to have a good look. But what a mission that was. I still think if those vehicles weren't there, I could have gone over the really dodgy pass of the mountains and it would have been absolutely fine. Now, hotel rooms aren't cheap. So this, I think with breakfast, is going to be over £100 a night. And it's a nice enough room. Look. It's a pretty nice big room, and it's got all the usual stuff that you want. Like, well, I haven't even properly looked since I walked in. We have a bathroom. I mean, that's important. There's no water fountain, but we have a shower with body and hair number 2. I don't know what number 2 is a poo, isn't it? So it's number 1 a wee. So you can have a poo and wash with this. Anyway, we've got a throne. We've got a throne. That's what's important. Oh no, hand wash 1. So if you have a wee, you use this, and if you have a poo, you use number 2. And of course, the most sexiest lord in the world. Now, yes, good, isn't it? Big double bed. I mean, for £100 a night, I expect it. A sofa for me to go and chill out on. And is this a balcony? There is a balcony that might have a view, but to be honest, I don't really know if it has because I can't see anything. Anyway, we made it. I'm going to go get a beer. I'm going to have a look at what the heck I'm going to do tomorrow. But we've done Italy. We're in Austria. So I've ticked 2 off. And of course, eventually we're going to get to the Czech Republic. Do you know what? Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.